Have you ever wondered what it really means when the Quran says, "A day with your Lord is like 1,000 years of what you count"? That's from Surah Al-Hajj, verse 47. And honestly, it's one of those verses that just blows my mind every time I read it. Let me break it down. The verse is pointing out something incredible. Time isn't the same for us as it is for God. Imagine, what feels like 1,000 years to us is just a single day from the perspective of the divine. That's not just poetic talk. It's a reminder that our experience of time, with all its waiting and impatience, is nothing compared to how God experiences it. Now, when it comes to the day of resurrection, or the day of judgment, things get even deeper. This is the day when, according to Islamic belief, everyone is brought back, and every action is accounted for. But here's the thing. While it might like an eternity to us, the verse tells us that, in the grand scheme of divine time, it's really just a day. In other words, God's handling of the resurrection with all its complexity happens in a time frame we could never imagine. So, what do the scholars say? Ibn Kathir, a famous commentator, explains that this verse shows just how different God's reality is from ours. Time isn't a limitation for God. Al-Ghazali, another great thinker, says that 1,000 years is a symbol. It's about showing us that God's timing is perfect. No matter how long we wait or how impatient we get, everything happens exactly when it's meant to. And here's what I find most powerful. This verse isn't just about numbers or calculations, it's about humility. It reminds me, and maybe you, that our perspective is always limited. Time, for us, is a straight line. But for God, it's something else entirely. God doesn't rush, God doesn't delay, everything unfolds exactly as it should. So, when you hear that the day of resurrection is like 1,000 years, don't get stuck on the math. Instead, see it as a metaphor for God's total control over time, and the certainty that what's promised will come, no matter how long it feels on our side. If you want to hear more about how this idea connects with other verses, or how it fits into the bigger picture of Islamic teaching, let me know in the comments. Thanks for listening.